button issues come in. It was stated by the devs prior to Sunbreak coming out, Monster Hunter Rise's expansion, that the issue was that the monsters, specifically the really large, really low-to-the-ground Leviathans, are too big, too long, and always have a part of their body dragging along the ground, that it's just a physics nightmare to try and accurately animate them and get them to work within the Monster Hunter physics engine. I hope that they fix this in the future, because they got things like Almudron and Mizutsune working pretty well. So, I don't know, just make Glagicrus or more upright. I think is the solution. But anyway, moving on. This is the third, or technically the fourth entry in the Portable Monster Hunter series, and was only ever released in Japan, unfortunately. Despite that, it does remain a fan favorite, and somehow managed to be the third best-selling PlayStation Portable game of all time, worldwide, which is just crazy. It's also the first time we see Series Golden Child and everybody's favorite Wolf Dragon, Sonoga, along with a few other monsters you're probably familiar with, like Arzuros, Nibblesnarf, and Amut. Fun fact, this is the only game I've ever imported to play, despite the fact that I don't know a lick of Japanese. Alright, we're into Tier 2. All of these are still going to be pretty well known, I think, and we'll start with a good one, Monster Hunter Frontier. Monster Hunter Frontier was truly the MMO RPG Monster Hunter game of your dreams. It was built upon the Monster Hunter DOS engine, only available in a handful of countries in Asia, and its servers ran from 2007 through to 2019 when it was unfortunately shut down. Not to be deterred though, the fandom has ensured that it continues to this day, and as such, it does remain playable. It featured a staggeringly high amount of monsters and even several unique weapons, most of which have never and may never be seen ever again, unfortunately. Espinas did make it out of Monster Hunter Frontier though, so who's to say what we'll see in the future. Monster Hunter Online was MMO number 2 for the series. It released only in China, and it ran from 2013 through to 2019. It was developed on the Crytek engine, and so was our first look at Monster Hunter with fancy graphics. Boasting its own slew of unique monsters, it was a shake-up of the series for sure, but didn't quite have the staying power that Frontier did. Dundorma is the main town in the online portion of Monster Hunter DOS, and reappears in the latter half of Monster Hunter 4U, if you'll remember. It also features as a quest location known as the Town in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and is just always getting completely annihilated by Elder Dragons. I don't know why you'd live there. Why this is up for debate. It could be that it's near Castle Trade, which is where Fatalis is supposed to be. It could just be that it's in a really bad location, like how some people live under flight paths in the real world. I don't know why people live in Dundorma. There is way more on the wiki about the ancient civilization than I thought there would be, and I honestly don't know if it's fanfiction or confirmed canon, but I'm rolling with it. I'm going to go with it. Long story short, there is evidence throughout the Monster Hunter lore that a long-ass time ago a civilization existed that was more advanced than the current civilization in the Monster Hunter universe that we, the players, see. The main evidence is there's ruins everywhere. They can be found throughout various maps, particularly the Tower and the Forlorn Arena. The people of this ancient culture had a close connection with monsters that resulted in them utilizing them for different means, and they weren't necessarily good means, I'm afraid. We'll come back to this topic a few times in this iceberg as we get deeper and deeper, but TLDR, they pulled an Icarus, flew too close to the sun, and made some bad decisions, which resulted in the civilization collapsing. Which, damn, if that isn't ironic to what's going on right now in the real world. Monster Hunter Explore was a mobile game released only in Japan and Canada for some reason. It was active from 2015 till 2020 before the service was shut down. It featured like every single monster ever and saw the player traveling to a wide array of islands to hunt them. It also had an absolutely bonkers amount of crossover quests. We're talking things like Evangelion Brachydios, Attack on Titan Deviljho. Yeah, if you've seen them and ones like them, they came from Monster Hunter Explore. Yeah. Alright, time to do some time traveling. Way back in 2006, Monster Hunter 2 came out as, you guessed it, a Japanese exclusive, unfortunately, and it brought with it a bunch of new features. One such feature, which we haven't seen since, was the Versus mode, where two hunters would each bring a monster into the arena, and the goal was to successfully defeat the enemy's monster before they defeated yours. Pretty cool concept, I'd say. You could name the monsters and send them into a rage mode with a horn and do all kinds of things like that. It was pretty neat.